Welcome back, Aditya. And in this module, we're going to talk about relationships, which all of us have to agree कि relationships किसी भी इंसान के life का बहुत important aspect होती है. And they leave their impact on everything that you do. That is why it becomes even more important to nurture relationships that are healthy.
Absolutely.
And how does being queer affect our relationships?
In an ideal world, society सबको accept करती है, चाहे जो भी उनका sexual orientation हो या gender identity हो. मगर हम अनफॉर्चुनेटली ऐसी आइडियल दुनिया में नहीं है. इसलिए क्वियर इंडिविजुअल्स को स्टिग्मा, रिजेक्शन, होमोफोबिया और दूसरे नेगेटिव इमोशंस का सामना करना पड़ता है फॉर सम रिलेशनशिप्स दैट दे आर इन. दुख होता है जब हमारी फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स, पियर्स, पार्टनर्स या अदर रिलेशनशिप्स हमें डिफरेंटली ट्रीट करते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ आवर क्वियरनेस.
बट एक हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप कैसी होती है?
हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप का कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होते हैं दैट एवरीवन, स्पेशली क्वियर फोक्स, शुड बी टॉट टू एक्सपेक्ट. ये कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप के दैट यू शुड डेफिनेटली नो. म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट, एक दूसरे की वैल्यू करे एंड एक दूसरे की बाउंड्रीज को अंडरस्टैंड करे. ट्रस्ट, जब आप देखें कि आपका पार्टनर आपको अच्छे से ट्रीट कर रहा है, डिपेंडेबल हो एंड विल बी देयर व्हेन यू नीड देम, आप जल्दी ट्रस्ट बिल्ड कर पाएंगे. ऑनेस्टी एंड ओपननेस, you should be able to be yourself in a relationship. Affection, एक nurturing partnership में एक दूसरे के लिए genuine fondness और affection होना जरूरी है. Adjustment, चाहे वो romantic या familial relationship हो, friendship हो, एक इंसान की हमेशा नहीं चल सकती. एक दूसरे के different points of view, perspectives को समझना, adjust करना जरूरी है. Good communication, healthy, long-lasting relationships require the ability to communicate well. एंगर कंट्रोल, क्रोध तो हर चीज का नाश करता है, गुस्सा सभी को आता है, बट हाउ वी एक्सप्रेस इट कैन अफेक्ट आवर रिलेशनशिप विद अदर्स. सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस, विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन अ क्वियर रिलेशनशिप. जब एक रिश्ता आपको सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस देता है, यू फील काम, सिक्योर, कंफर्टेबल. हेल्दी सेक्सुअल रिलेशनशिप, पार्टनर्स engage in a sexual relationship that both are comfortable with, and neither partner feels pressured or forced to engage in a sexual activity that is outside of their comfort zone or without consent.
I think it's really important to know these aspects to be able to form healthy relationships. And now, I think it's only fair if we also discuss what an unhealthy relationship is like.
I think unhealthy relationship is exactly the opposite of healthy relationship. और इनके कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है जैसे disrespect, control, hostility, dishonesty, dependence, intimidation, physical or sexual violence, and knowing that none of this is okay. एक LGBTQI+ पर्सन के तौर पर it is important कि आपको characteristics of healthy and unhealthy relationships पता हो, because we are often unaware of how our relationships are affecting us. As young people, कभी हम में वो skills नहीं होती to renegotiate, develop and maintain healthy relationships. हमारे relationship का सच समझने से उनका negative impact कम होता है, and it frees us. It impacts on our self-esteem, happiness and growth. Also, हम इन relationships को खत्म कर सकते हैं before they turn unhealthy.
This is important, remembering that you have the choice.
Yes.
It's very good that you brought that up because, as sometimes young people tend to forget कि we have that option to be able to leave or change the things around us. And दोस्ती का बहुत बड़ा impact होता है in the lives of queer people. Sometimes वो लोग होते हैं, they connect us with so many resources that we need, and sometimes it's us who help them. But बहुत सारे queer लोगों के लिए दोस्त उनके support system का हिस्सा नहीं होते because of things like discrimination, rejection, or just a lack of understanding. लेकिन इन situations में it becomes even more important to remember कि ये सबका रीजन उनकी अपनी इग्नोरेंस है, आपकी कोई गलती नहीं है. एंड सो इट बिकम्स इवन मोर इम्पोर्टेंट टू पिक फ्रेंड्स हु एक्चुअली वैल्यू हु यू आर.
And as a queer person, it is important to understand how to build healthy relationship.
For sure.
आप एक ऐसा फ्रेंड सर्कल बनाना मत भूलना जिनसे आप जरूरत पड़ने पर वर्कलोड या परेशानी शेयर कर सके. And don't feel bad to say no. You shouldn't force yourself to do something that you don't want to do. For anyone, queer or straight. Be aware of care providing services. काफी queer लोग friends और communities पर depend होते हैं support के लिए. But there are situations where a professional might be able to help better than your friend, and that is where therapy comes in between. It is important to take your time for yourself. हमेशा take some time out for yourself and do things that only you want to do.
Very important, yes. You know, Aditya, हर किसी की लाइफ में growing up, we see so many examples of unhealthy or even healthy relationships around us, which form our opinion. But for queer people, एक तो our relationships aren't talked about at all, and थोड़ी बहुत representation that we get, especially in India through things like the media or Bollywood, you know, it's full of stereotypes and norms that aren't very realistic. तो इतनी ambiguity and इतने gray area में, how do we figure out what are the signs of abuse in a relationship?
Absolutely true. Relationships exist on a spectrum and it can sometimes be hard to tell when a behavior goes from healthy to unhealthy or even abusive. Relationship abuse is all about power and control game. हो सकता है कि आप unwilling या unable है अपनी relationship से बाहर निकलने में. It's important to remember that abusive partners अपना behavior नहीं बदलते. At times, young लोग unhealthy relationships में रहते हैं because they have been told that relationships take work. Especially हमारे culture में we are told to adjust, compromise in relationships. हमें सिखाया जाता है कि हमें हमारी family को obey करना चाहिए as they are the most reliable support system. However, we must understand that while relationships do take work and families are important, so are you.
There is still some relevant amount of work that does go into a relationship. So how do we figure out what's the healthy kind of work that goes into it?
The work that goes into a healthy relationship is not meant to be hard or exhausting. एक hobby के बारे में सोचो जो आपको सच में पसंद हो. Isn't it fun and engaging? That is the way relationship is supposed to feel.
Okay.
All relationship have conflict, but ask yourself, if both are working, conflict खत्म करने के लिए are both partners contributing to that? Conflict का मतलब ये नहीं कि एक दूसरे को hurt किए जाए. It's tied in with building each other up, growing together.
And there comes a point where, you know, every queer person growing up, we're taught to think so poorly of ourselves. And I know boundaries are very important in relationships, but boundaries set करना is very difficult. So how do you think we can set boundaries in a relationship?
I think boundaries को set और uphold करना बहुत ज़रूरी है हर relationship में, चाहे friendship, family, casual और a serious relationship. ये भी ज़रूरी है कि partners boundaries को respect करें and feel free to share their aspirations, anxieties and desires. Talking about emotional boundaries, it is very important कि आप relationship में safe and comfortable हो. We often trust families and friends automatically. कभी-कभी वो हमारे trust को तोड़ देते हैं. इसलिए before you can trust someone, please set emotional boundaries. In families, लोग अक्सर दावा करते हैं कि they love and respect you, but their behavior is disrespectful.
For sure.
LGBTQ youth के लिए लोगों को ट्रस्ट करना हार्ड हो सकता है, whether it be families, partners, especially after your trust is betrayed.
Which is very difficult thing to overcome, you know. I feel like it would take a toll on anybody to be able to trust again after you've been betrayed. Emotional boundaries जितनी important है, physical boundaries equally important है. So let's talk a little bit more about physical boundaries.
Yeah, I think thank you for bringing it up. Physical boundaries is equally important. Understanding and respecting physical boundaries is an indication कि how we feel healthy in our relationship. In a healthy relationship, partners को पता है कि अगला इंसान कितना आगे बढ़ना चाहता है based on open communication and they feel comfortable communicating with each other if something changes. कभी ऐसे fixed rules तो नहीं है which dictate how far you have to go by a certain age or at any given point of time in a relationship. और आपकी boundaries को हमेशा ये देखना चाहिए कि how ready you feel personally. Remember, sex isn't currency. You don't owe your partner anything. Physical boundaries जरूर बनाइए, but don't let them cross them.
I think it's an important point to remember, but boundaries discuss karna is not always the easiest task. How do we discuss our boundaries?
It's not always easy. And to know that healthier communication in a relationship plays a very important role. To know that talk face to face, find the right time, Don't attack each other in conversations. Even when we mean well, हमारी लैंग्वेज कभी कभी हार्श लग सकती है because of implication from words or tone of our voice. Be honest. It's essential. Check your body language. Be attentive to your partner. Make sure that you're hearing them out too. Use 48-hour rule.
What's the 48-hour rule?
अगर आपके पार्टनर का बिहेवियर आपको उदास करता है या गुस्सा दिलाता है, आपको उन्हें उसके बारे में बताना है, लेकिन उस वक्त नहीं. Wait 48 hours. Process your feelings. If you still feel upset, say something. याद रखे कि इट्स अनरियलिस्टिक टू एक्सपेक्ट कि आपका पार्टनर वो आपका दिमाग नहीं पढ़ सकता. He can't read you.
Yeah, we have to definitely be mindful about that. Also, I feel like आजकल young लोगों की digital life and the internet is such an important part of our life, you know. So that has also impacted relationships. So how do we manage digital boundaries in a relationship?
Yeah, a very important question in today's time. एक डिजिटल बाउंड्री बनाने का आइडिया इस पैंडेमिक के दौरान में और भी इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया है. When a lot of our lives moved to the online space, for many queer folks, the digital space was the only safe space they could access.
For sure.
Establish digital boundaries. Talk and agree on digital dating terms. Just because आपको कहीं चीज comfortable लगे at the beginning of a relationship doesn't mean you're bound by it forever. The opposite can also be true. ये भी हो सकता है कि कोई चीज आपको शुरू में सही ना लगे, लेकिन अब आप उसके साथ कंफर्टेबल हो. A few things to keep in mind is do not talk to strangers online. Make sure you do not let out any personal information such as location, phone number. Keep passwords private. जब अपने पार्टनर को ट्रस्ट कर भी रहे हैं, फिर भी sharing passwords of your phone, email or social media, all these accounts usually isn't a good idea.
I learned that the hard way.
Sexting, यानी sexual texting and photos can have consequences. एक बार जब आप अपने फोटो सेंड या पोस्ट कर दी, you lose control over what happens next.
Right.
So being mindful while doing it each time. If your partner wants to try sex texting and demands you to text back, ask yourself, are you comfortable? If not, say no.
For sure. I feel like, you know, young people, especially when they're starting out, they tend to do things to, you know, under the pressure to keep something alive and keep that spark alive. But outside of the digital world, the sexual health of queer people is still very important. And, you know, we have to face these stigmas from ourselves and sometimes even, you know, the system. And it becomes difficult to navigate how to take care of our sexual health.
What can we do to improve our mental health every day? Here are some tips from our side. Tip 1. Organize yourself to sleep well. Badhiya sleep is one of the best ways to maintain good mental health. Aim for small goals. Take power naps. Tip 2. Can you remember the last meal that you had? अच्छी तरह खाइए. Healthily खाइए and time पे खाइए. Enjoying the flavors and your food is one of the pleasures of life. लोगों के साथ खाना खाइए. Eat with people if you can. Remember to eat. In small portions or large portions, it doesn't matter. Tip 3. रोज कम से कम 20 से 25 मिनट्स के लिए वॉक कीजिए. If you cannot, बस किसी हरी भरी जगह पे सूरज के नीचे बैठ जाइए. It can help you think clearer and feel better. Tip 4. आप रिलैक्स कर सकते हैं by listening to music or some other way to relieve stress. Tip 5. अपने प्रति संवेदना बहुत जरूरी है. Be kind to yourself and know your feelings. If you don't, no one else will. Please have empathy for yourself. Allow yourself to feel whatever you feel. Tip 6. Try and ground yourself every day. इससे आप अपनी feelings को समझेंगे and you'll be more mindful. Tip 7. एक journal रखना शुरू करो. रोज ये लिखना शुरू कर दें, आप आने वाले कल में क्या करना चाहेंगे. Your goals for the week or even the next hour. This will help you be more focused and more grounded. Tip 8. Choose करें and eat carefully. Cut down on foods and drinks that have caffeine, जैसे कि coffee, tea, cola, energy drinks and chocolate. Tip 9. Do something engaging. जब हम किसी productive activity में engaged होते हैं, तब हम एक meditative calm state में पहुंच जाते हैं. ये याद रखिए, कि सबका सेल्फ केयर प्लान अलग अलग होता है. The most important thing is to keep trying. शायद आप फेल कर सकते हैं, शायद आपका प्लान वर्क नहीं करे, or you may not immediately see a difference. But mental health is a journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Good mental health is the result of small steps every day. Keep your mental health plan going for yourself through life.
You know, relationships with a partner are equally important, but also I think the relationship with yourself is also very important. You know, self-love and the way you treat yourself and take care of yourself are very important. But बहुत सारी situations में हमारी conditioning ऐसी होती है, we're made to feel ashamed to prioritize ourselves and love ourselves, and ये पूरी conversation is a difficult one to be had. So how do we, you know, navigate self-love?
Thank you for bringing this up, Ella. But to think about it, the most important relationship in your life, it is the one which you have with yourself. Do you know how to love and respect yourself? Asking this question to yourself. Do you care about your needs? Also, अपने लिए हमेशा compassionate रहे. I know it is easier said than done. Loving yourself is not self-indulgence only. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप दूसरों के बारे में केयर करना छोड़ दे. सेल्फ लव इज सेइंग यू मैटर, योर फीलिंग्स एंड नीड्स मैटर. इट्स ऑल्सो अ वे ऑफ सेइंग एक्सेप्ट योरसेल्फ हाउएवर यू आर, perfect or not. Rather accept the imperfections and embrace them. Because perfection is one way of being mean to self. If we look at it with that lens, with self-love, you're saying you don't need to be perfect. By choosing to accept yourself as imperfect, you can combat self-hate to some extent.
Yeah, I think it greatly, you know, you take back power when you start to accept yourself.
Absolutely.
And self-acceptance can be really powerful and transformative. So how does truly embracing self-acceptance and self-love, you know, change our lives?
As I said, it is easier said than done.
Yeah.
Self acceptance को expand करना एक lifelong process है, and it is not a one-day thing.
For sure.
Daily self-approval practice only makes us stronger. For example, notice when you're having critical or unkind thoughts about yourself. Ask yourself, would I say this to someone I love? Practice saying loving things to yourself, maybe just for 10 seconds per day.
Yeah.
What if you said to yourself, I love spending time with you and hanging out? I bet you have never said that to yourself.
Becomes difficult, no? Because you've never heard it and you internalize the hate you get.
Absolutely, absolutely. But somewhere taking small steps and starting from there, considering it as a starting point. A simple task might be keep an appreciation journal, if that makes sense. List a few things each day that you appreciate. And that can be simple, like a summer fruit, dancing in the rain, or some piece of art. And also include a few things you like about yourself. Again, it can be as simple as your ability to laugh.
Right.
Notice how your perspective changes when you play the gratitude game. And it brings immense change. ये सब बहुत बेसिक और सिंपल लग रहा है, yet nothing could be more important than loving yourself when it comes to improving the quality of your life.
Absolutely. It's such a powerful and transformative thing to, you know, look yourself in the eye and tell yourself that you love and appreciate yourself. And thank you so much to you for having such an important conversation with us. And now I'd like to invite Nick and Sayantika, who are going to talk about their relationship as a young queer couple.
When I first got into a relationship with Nick, initial phases, you know, and since I am bipolar, so I have my bipolar highs, I have my bipolar lows, and it was very difficult for her to come to terms with it.
Because I've never experienced anything like this or never come across anyone who is dealing with such an issue. So my knowledge was very limited about it, and I didn't know how to navigate through this.
Yeah, not just mental, like bipolarity, mental health in general.
Yeah.
You know, she did not have the knowledge. She did not have the resources to understand how to deal with it. So, and in her cute, innocent way, you know, she tried to cheer me up. She tried to be like, okay, baby, let's go for a drive. Do you want to eat ice cream? Do you want something to feel better? Because I understand the conflict for her as well, right? One day she was seeing me being all happy, chirpy, on top of the world, and the next day I could barely get out of bed. I wouldn't shower for days, and I just wouldn't be able to do anything. So it was very difficult for her also to see me like that. Even as a partner who loves you, it's very difficult for them. You know, we talk about the struggle that we have as people with mental health issues, but even for the caregiver, it is a struggle, especially when they love you and they don't want to see you in that state, and they feel so helpless and don't know what to do. So that is when we started communicating and talking about mental health more.